Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we have part 2 of the Ingham family meet and greet extravaganza. Yesterday I brought you the whys and wherefores of why it's wrong to have a meet and greet and what actually happened and things like that. But today we have the official version, because obviously they brought out their vlog, and we're going to have a look at it because it is worse than you could ever imagine. So let's, without further ado, get into this shit show.
Good morning, IFAM. This morning is probably up there with one of the most stressful mornings of our whole existence. So today's our Mila Mary Shortall collab meet and greet, and we had to get up early to set off and get there on time. We're about an hour and a half-ish away from where the meet and greet is. So we left on time, okay? We left on time.
And we walked out the house on time.
Yeah, we walked out the house on time. And then we got to the car. By the time everyone getting in, we realised we needed petrol. So we were like, oh, we're going to have to stop for petrol. Okay, we need to leave right now. And when I say we need to leave right now, I don't mean like because everyone would be arriving. I just mean that we wanted to get there an hour early so that we had time and blah, blah, blah. And then Chris was like, oh, who's picked up the camera? And everyone's like, you said you were grabbing the camera. So he's like, okay, I'll run back in the house and get the camera, blah, blah, blah. Put the key in the van to start the engine just before he went.
Battery totally dead.
Why? This has never happened in our whole existence of owning this van.
Okay, your whole existence of owning the van. What the hell are you on about? Do you even think about things before you open your mouth? What exactly does that mean, Sarah?
It wouldn't start. It's very early on a Sunday. There's no way. I called my friend who lives around the corner. She was actually swimming. You are crazy, woman.
Your friend who lives around the corner that you went to see yesterday, was it? That one? That same friend that... yeah, bloody nutters. She didn't want to take you or anything. I know she's out swimming and everything, but she's such a good friend. She could pop back and give you a lift or something.
She was swimming in the local swimming baths, but she didn't have what we needed anyway. Yeah, so...
And we don't have a car because it's still
We don't have a car because it's in the garage having its MOT done. So it was literally like, what we're going to do? Called 3 taxi places that are around us.
All of them went to voicemail.
Well, 2 went to voicemail. One was like, we cannot take your call right now. And the other one didn't have availability, didn't have a big car, and it didn't have 2 that could come to York. So we're like, right, great, what we're doing then? Because we were panicking for ages.
We were late at this point.
And now it's starting to get to like, okay, we're not going to be early now, so now what? In the end, we had to take the whole van apart, pretty much, to get the batteries out the back that were like fixed in, and it took a long time, and start the car with the batteries from the back of the van. We're now late for the meet and greet.
Fascinating story, Sarah. Your vlog is like 20 minutes long for the entire meet and greet, and you've spent like 10 minutes of it just whittering on about your, heroics trying to get your car or your van working and how to get there, and you have to jump through hoops, and Chris has to dive over mountains and all sorts. It was legendary, but you finally got the van going, and it wasn't a pack of lies at all. My word, you are brilliant.
Only about 5-10 minutes, but still. So yeah, it's been a bit of a stressful morning. Chris is going to drop us off. We've been obviously chatting to Victoria. She's taken the people that have arrived so far inside. Chris is going to drop us off outside the shop, right? And then Chris is going to go and park the van, and then you better run back. It's just like, I can't believe it was obviously completely out of our control.
It was obviously fake.
There's nothing we could do.
The van was saving us from being in like some crash.
Chris, I was like, I can't believe it's happening. Chris was like, yeah, but it's happening for a reason. Maybe if we'd have gone on time, we'd have got in a crash or something bad would have happened. Oh, okay. Anyway, we're about 5 minutes away. It's only about 10 minutes since the first time slot of people. We've got like time slots of people coming at different times. So thank you very much if you were on the first time slot and you guys have waited patiently. Victoria did say that she ran out and got biscuits for everyone.
So sorry.
Biscuits? Really? What kind of biscuits, Sarah? Was it custard creams? Was it bourbons? I know it was bourbons. Maybe it was chocolate digestives. Definitely it's gotta be. You're trying to tell me that people have travelled far and wide, some as far as Northern Ireland, and you didn't even have any refreshments waiting for them there. I mean, come on, what were you offering them? Surely something.
Hey guys.
Yeah, but yeah, we're on our way. We'll be there in 5 minutes. Here we go.
Christopher, I see that sneaky little montage. You need to declare an ad. Was it declared? Did you forget? Did you forget what we talked about? Declaring adverts. You know, this is exactly what the ASA are talking about when they message you repeatedly, because this is the, you know, and it's an ad. In fact, this entire video was one long ad, you know, for both, you know, your products, but more specifically, Mary Shortall's products. That's right. The entire video was promoting her business.
Alright guys, first morning session today. Everyone say hi! Yeah! What's up? Alright guys, with our third group of the morning. Alright, everyone shout, what's up? Alright guys, everyone say what's up? This group's the one group that's got lucky and got me with my hat off today. Well, what's up everybody, say hi! Oh, some little misses are all pooped out from meeting so many nice people today.
I think they've still got about 3 sessions to go, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she'll have to be asleep for those. And I'm not standing up.
At least you get to sit down now.
I'll sit down now.
Have you any idea just how enraged I am right now? How incandescent with rage I actually am. You've got your baby, right? You're taking the piss. You absolutely are taking the piss out of everybody, and I'm sick of it. You've got your baby who is so tired, so knackered, having worked the entire day so far, however long it is you've been there right now, at this very moment in time. She is so tired, she's fast asleep, right? And for those that are saying, oh, it's not work, she's just there. Yes, she's been forced to be in a situation where she's been forced to take pictures with people she doesn't know. That is work. To an 18 months old, that is work, right? So she's been worked to her bones and she's so tired, she's fast asleep. What happens then when you've still got a few sessions to go, right? A few groups to go. You're not going to say, oh, well, I'm sorry, Mila is so knackered, she's so tired, I can't do this to her any longer. No, what you say, Sarah, is, I'm sorry, Mila, you're just going to have to stay asleep. And that's it. We're not going to take you home. We're not going to care for you. No, you have to be fast asleep because there's no other option. We have to talk to these people, you know? And the other side of the coin is all these people who have paid through the nose to actually be with you today. They've travelled from miles and miles afar. And when they get there, the star of the show, the person who they've come to meet, is asleep. What do? What have they come for? You've paid. Words fail me just how irresponsible you actually are. All this, none of this should have been put on. None of it should have gone ahead for these very reasons. Your baby is knackered. She's asleep. She needs to go home. She needs to get rested. She needs to be chilled, and she needs to be in her own bed. These people who've come to see her won't get to see her because she's fast asleep. Everything you've done here is so damaging, and you've managed to somehow exploit some form of loophole in the law which says that you can do whatever the fuck you want because, well, we're YouTubers, right? YouTubers don't have to abide by the law. God, no. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
Check out my new beanie. Thanks, Michelle, for this. I'm gonna wear it backwards and have eyes in the back of my head. Feel that? That's so good. Okay, so it's really nice, this little format that we're doing today. It's really like before whenever we've done meet and greets, it's been, you know, like really busy, kind of one after another, in, hello, selfie, out kind of thing. But the way we structured this is we've done it in time slots, so everyone's got like groups in a time slot, and we're just all basically just stood in here just having a chat. So it's been really nice. It's so nice to be able to just stop and not have to worry so much about time and just get to know you guys basically, and just have a good chat about life and everything else, and take some good pictures and have fun. We've done 10 the group so far, and we've got another I don't know how many to go left, but the next group's just arrived, and yeah, it's just been super nice, super lovely day. We're just having a bit of a lunch break now, and then we're gonna crack on and do some more. But I really like this format of like meet and greet kind of thing compared to what we've done in the past, just because, you know, we get to spend some time and actually talk to people rather than it kind of being a quick hello, picture and goodbye. It's super nice.
Is that right, Chris? I love the way you say it's nice and intimate. I mean, I wouldn't personally say that if I was you and you were talking about young kids that are attending. But aside from that, intimate, nice, you had time to chat and chill and get to know one another. Bloody hell. Now, I've done my calculations, right? And I'm not wrong. Sometimes, you know, did my calculations, and I've worked it out so you don't have to, Christopher. Okay, I'm going to give you a generous 6 hours that you were there. Obviously, you don't know exactly how long you were there, but approximately 6 hours. Well, that's generous, in my opinion. And if you had 12 groups turn up, right? There's 12 groups of you. That equates to 30 minutes per group. Okay? Are you getting this? You're writing this down. 30 minutes per group. And that's without having breaks and lunches and things like that. Without having a break. Now, if you had, say, 8 people per group, that's the 8 plus 1, so basically 16 in a group. So 8 people would equate to 3.75 minutes per person. Sorry, per 2 people, equating to less than 2 minutes per person. Just how much of an intimate conversation or getting to know each other could you possibly do in the 2 minutes that you have together? I'm sorry, Chris. If that is true, then what the fuck? Seriously.
We're just going to shout. This is last group of the day. I've had a hat on all day, so don't be judging me, alright? It's cool. So thank you so much for coming, guys. It's been a pleasure. This has actually been like a really amazing interactive group. We've had so many questions. Thanks, Carol.
Thank you.
Nice. Alright, guys.
Oh, Carol was there. Hi, Carol. How are you doing? I know you're going to be watching this, so hello. Well, how do you feel now, Carol, knowing that you were taking pictures whilst the baby, the one that you came to meet, was fast asleep? As you were in the last group of the day, it means that Mila was probably either asleep or half asleep or just dead to the world, right? So how does it feel? You went all that way to meet Mila. She was asleep. They didn't give what you paid for. And did you take a picture of Mila while she was fast asleep at all? Did you partake in that particular thing at all? You know, that kind of exploitation. Did you do your bit at all?
What's up, everybody?
So these two are now walking. Of course, I'll take a picture of you. Ka-ching. There you go.
Look at them with biscuits.
Little tea party.
So these two are walking around the shops with the babies.
So I went to the big cabinet with all the silicone dolls, and I had a feel of every single doll in the cabinet that was
And you
silicone
picked the
full
most
white.
expensive.
And I picked this one, and she's just perfect.
She is absolutely
She's a full body
gorgeous.
silicone doll, and she's just so cute. I've never had a silicone doll before.
Realistic.
As a side note, I seen this particular doll advertised on Shortle's website or Shortle's Instagram the other day. Guess how much it cost? Guess how much it actually cost, that doll? Bloody hell. £1,400. £1,400. 1,400 pounds. My wow.
They feel.
I know.
It's crazy.
Soft they are. I can't explain it. It's like actually holding a baby. It's so weird.
It actually is like holding a baby.
And I
then
found this one called 3L, and out of all the baby reborns, we've got so many, like at least.
got a good few each, haven't you now?
Yeah, I've got quite a lot, and none of them have sleeping babies. So that's why I really like 3L. And
This
one's a sleeping baby.
This one's a I don't have a sleeping
this
one.
one's a full body silicone baby, and she's only 129.
Only.
And her birthday's in a week. Is it that one? I don't know.
So if your birthday's that soon, how likely is it that your presents are already bought?
Very likely.
Exactly. So how likely is it that you're going to need to get a job if you want to buy that baby?
Very likely.
Seriously, Sarah, I'm kind of lost with you a little bit, and I mean this in the best possible way. I don't think you're entirely all there. Is that fair to say? Is it? Well, see, Isla there, she wants a doll. It's only £120. I mean, I say only. I know Isla wouldn't have meant that, you know, it's only £120 in the grand context of the fact that Esme is also holding a £1,400 doll. You know, it is only 120. So you can get that for her. You know why you can get it for her? Because the day that she's just worked, say 6 hours, a generous 6 hours, she's earned her corn, so to speak. She has earned that doll. You can buy it for her right there and then. You have the money. She has given you the money to, you know. She is one of the reasons why all those people that are around you, the 192 people that you claim turned up that day, she is one of the main reasons why they were there. Do you think they went there to meet Sarah Ingham, the world famous Sarah Ingham? No, they were there to meet the kids, and she is one of them. And the reason why so much money has been made, and she works every day of her life, she has a job, she works for you. I can't stress this enough. Does she not even think this? Sarah, does somebody explain it to me, please? Does Sarah Ingham not understand how work works? I mean, she doesn't think that the kids are working. I think that she's said this before. So explain it to me, or someone explain it to her, because my mind is just blown.
They are very, very sweet dolls. Did you ever see a happier looking shop in your whole life?
No, I have not. This is another thing I don't get. I get people have different tastes, okay? And I personally don't like the look of what is the way people describe it? Brothel looking pink. Oh no. That's what it looks like. I'm sorry, but it does. I personally don't think that looks classy.
Oh my god, we're going to get some din-dins. What a lovely, lovely day. So, and you guys!
Yeah, I know.
We always leave with presents and things. You were honestly so kind.
So kind, in fact. Isn't it, Sarah? Well, I've got words to say. I've always got words to say, and I got them again. So, yeah, your fans, they all brought you stuff. Really kind of them. And I've got this little clip to show you. This is of a lady who travelled 9 hours to visit you. 9 hours. Bear that in mind when you afforded them like 2 minutes of your time.
I am now looking for Esme and Chris. I'm just getting them a present for the meet and greet in a few days. Yeah. Trying to find something that Chris would wear. Got that for Isla, that for Isabel, Mila, one of those for Sarah Ingham. Obviously, and Jace's top is a top. He's got a t-shirt. Got Jace that. He loves. Yeah, I'm going to work out the price so I can work out what I've got left, whether to get the top or the Cheeto. Because I've still got Esme to buy for as well.
Hear that, Chris and Sarah? This lady is on a budget. She is actually shopping, trying to decide whether to get this thing or that thing because she has a budget to spend on your children and you too, right? So what happens when she gets all the way up there? She's travelled all that distance, having budgeted for gifts for your family, travelled, spent all that money, 9 hours, all the way up by coach, up to York, stayed in a hotel overnight and obviously travelled back, and you gave her what, 2 minutes of your time and a bourbon biscuit?
There's all the presents. I couldn't find anything for Chris, so I just got him some socks. So they're these, 9 to 12, they're fine. As you can see, he loves donuts. He loves all that kind of food, so I got him some socks. But yeah, just done shopping. I spent my budget, which was good, and I still managed to buy myself things in the budget that I had.
Christopher, rumour has it you got some new socks. Question is, will you wear them? I think that you should possibly wear them for us, Chris. Show us off, show us a bit of a leg, you know, you like that sort of thing. But seriously, show us your socks, preferably wearing them. I'd love to see them.
We got Oliver's oxygen for the coach on the way there.
But hear that. Did you actually hear that, Chris and Sarah? Somebody actually had to take their oxygen with them for the coach journey on the way up. Does that not scare you or worry you or just, you know, give you any sort of feelings in those little hearts of yours? Or just not that bothered, is it?
Okay, what I was saying before was I much preferred this meet and greet to the Jace one. Not that there was anything wrong with the Jace one, it's just that you guys had to queue up so long at the last one. I'm sure today some of you were saying you'd queued for 3 hours. And so we've decided this time, well, Victoria actually came up with the idea to do it in like sessions of groups of people, so no more than like 7 or 8 per group. And then they brought along a +1, so you know there's never no more than 8 + 1 in a group, and it just was so much nicer. There was no long waiting, no long queues. We didn't feel that kind of pressure to get through everyone because we were anxious that the next people were waiting in line and they'd waited so long. And we got to properly just chat. It was just like a group of friends chatting.
It was everyone like, we gave everyone like, okay, ask us anything you've ever wanted to know, sort of thing.
Yeah, we were like, we did like, ask us has anyone got any questions? And then you guys were asking us questions, we were asking you questions.
Wow. So yeah, there was no more than the 8+1, so 16 in a group at any one time. Super intimate. But you're forgetting the time constraints a little bit here because, okay, so I'm seeing that you are currently outside and it's not dark yet, right? It looks possibly around about the, I don't know, 4 o'clock, 4:30 mark, possibly. And, yeah, it's... How long were you there for? I've given you a very generous estimate of 6 hours, but by your own admission, you were late. And, you know, by your little story time that you had earlier. And it just seems like that, you know, this people didn't have to wait in line, obviously, but they also only got a couple of minutes of your time for the expense that they went to, and you couldn't be bothered getting there on time yourself.
Who's that? Who's that?
Okay, so last point I'd like to make here. They're in the pub, and we're going to take a quick look at what time it is that they're in the pub. As you can see in the background, they are watching the game. Well, Chris is watching the game. I'm sure you were watching the game, weren't you, Chris? Who were you cheering on? Was it Ukraine? I bet it was. Anyway, it was the England game in the background. I happened to watch it. That was the after game thing, right? Which would have taken place between the hours of 10 to 7 and 7. So we'll just call it 7 for the ease of argument. So they're in the pub, 7 o'clock, and Mila, who's been out all day, by the way, working her socks off, God bless her, right? She is up there performing for the camera, working again. But as we can see by this little screenshot here, they're not allowed to do that. There's such a thing as a working time regulation for children's working time regulations. And what that means is that irrespective of what job it is, it doesn't matter. Even YouTube has come under working as well, you know. No matter what job it is that kids are doing, all children are the same in that you're not allowed to work after the time of 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. Between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. So that kind of rules out, you know, them being allowed to do it, basically. Obviously, nobody's ever going to come down on them for that. But speaking of working time regulations, because this also falls under this, watch this clip from a recent Esme Alexa extravaganza video in which she has Jace, the 4-year-old, or nearly 4-year-old, acting for the camera. And even if it's not acting, it's filming him crying, which is just as bad. But here we go.
You need to leave! You need to go! Okay, come here. Chase! You don't like the chasing game? No. Oh, I'm sorry. We won't play the chasing game no more. It's alright. You okay? Yeah. Why don't you chase me instead?
So as you can see, there is Jace, who suddenly starts crying, and I can't tell whether or not it was like acting. Now, if you can see the darkness outside, it's clearly late, right? It's in the evening sometime. Is he working after hours? Is that what's happening there, Sarah? Is your child, your not yet 4-year-old, working after hours? Idiots you are. And if it wasn't acting, you know, then you're filming your child crying as well. That's, you know, what can you do? I'm only pointing these things out to you, Sarah, so to make you a better person. I can't really, I'm not criticizing per se, just making you a better person. What can you do? So that was the absolute shittest of shows. As you can see, they did their meet and greet, their once in a lifetime opportunity. They got to meet these intimate people in intimate situations and speak intimately with them and give them 2 minutes for their time, whilst these same people travelled miles upon miles upon miles to see them just to get a bourbon. So Sarah and Chris, until next time, until the next fabulous meet and greet, I will bid you adieu. Well, actually, I'll be back tomorrow. Don't worry, I will. Until then, take care and give this video a thumbs up, everybody. Comment everything you want to comment down below and subscribe to the channel so you can get more of these fabulous videos that I've got coming up. Until next time, take care and bye-bye.